Thanks for joining me for today's short scale study. Today, we're going to focus on building our tone and technique in the key of concert C major. That's D major for our clarinets. The key of concert C major, or D major, requires the clarinets to play F sharp and C sharp, as outlined by the key signature. The fingering for F sharp we should be familiar with. Today, we're going to use our C sharp fingering in the upper register. To finger C sharp in the upper register, by the way, it's the 7th note of the first scale, we're going to need our thumb and register key in the back. We'll need 3 fingers on top and 3 fingers on bottom. And now we'll need to add 2 of our additional 2 keys with our pinkies. We'll need to add the B key on our right hand, and we'll need to use the C sharp key with our left. When we get to that C sharp, finger it that way. Now, let's review some of the names of the notes as we play through the scale. So we start with D, E, F sharp, G, and A. Next, we need the note B. Today, I recommend B with 2 pinkies placed here and here, and then sliding the finger across for C sharp. There is another way of playing that's more acceptable, but for now, just getting that drag across from B to C sharp will help us identify when we've hit the right fingering. Lift both of those pinkies and you get the high note D. Let's try playing number 1, major scale and arpeggio, quarter notes. I've got my metronome set at 70 beats per minute. However, if it's too slow or too fast, remember that you can always play these exercises without this video. Let's start. 1, 2, ready, begin. Now, like I mentioned, there is another way, a better way to play the B, C sharp fingering pattern. More on that in another video. Today's video is just about getting the accuracy of playing B and C sharp. Let's move on to number 2 and try playing the major scale and arpeggio using 8th notes. Remember, you'll need that F sharp, you'll need the B fingering and C sharp fingering as well. Remember, there's a fingering guide at the end of this book that's very, very helpful as a visual representation of how to finger those notes. 1, 2, and ready, and go. Now let's move on to the exercise called major chords. This is a chord study designed to be played within an ensemble. However, we're going to use it as tone development. 1, 2, ready, and. Next, we'll get practice using our F sharp fingering for the exercise called thirds in 8th notes. 1 and 2 and ready, begin. Now we'll move on to the chromatic pivot scale. Our pivot note today is the note A. Other notes in this exercise are G sharp, which we use by activating the side of our finger on this key here, and G natural. We'll need F sharp, F natural with our thumb. we'll need an E fingering as well as the D sharp fingering. The D sharp fingering is two fingers like we're fingering the note D, and our right hand first finger side activates the lowest side key. That gives us D sharp or E flat. We'll finish this exercise with a low D. One, two, ready, begin. Next, we'll move on to our chromatic scale. Let's review the fingerings for the chromatic scale. We're going to start with D. Then we're going to add our side key on our right hand for D sharp or E flat. Remember that fingering on the way down. Then E, we'll need F and F sharp. Then we'll need G. We'll need G sharp, which is a side key on our left hand. And then we'll need A. The next note is A sharp. That's the same as a fingering for B flat. We'll engage the top thumb key along with the A key. Now we've got to cross the break. We need our thumb and our register key on the back. First three fingers on the left hand, first three fingers on the right hand, as well as both pinkies for our next note, B natural. Then we'll lift our left pinky, which results in the note C. We'll place it back down aside of where we used it for B for the note C sharp. And then we'll lift both pinkies for the highest note D. Remember, there's a fingering guide in the back of the book that visually images these fingerings in a fingering chart fashion. Coming down the chromatic scale, we've got D. Remember, we need that thumb register key in the back combination, and 3 fingers. Then a D flat. Place those pinkies back down where you had them for C sharp. Lift the left pinky for C, then keep it down and place the other one back down on the B key for B natural. Now we're back below the break with B flat. Then A. A flat is the fingering we use for G sharp and G. G flat is a fingering also referred to as F sharp. And then F natural, we use our thumb. E, our D sharp E flat fingering, which was our second note, and we end on D. Let's play our chromatic scale right now. 1, 2, ready, begin. We'll finish today's concert C major scale study with a chorale. Remember your F sharps and C sharps throughout, as well as an occasional G sharp that's used as an enharmonic accidental on the second line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. There you go, Concert C Major. I hope this has been helpful, and I hope you'll consider playing through this page again real soon. Keep on practicing.